Cool. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Diehard Football Podcast. It is March the 19th, 2021. Free agency frenzy is over. I mean, there are still signings going on in the NFL, but pretty much the frenzy is complete. It is March Madness, and yes, it is going on right now, but you can say that March Madness kind of belongs in the NFL as well due to free agency. And there's been a lot of movement going on. We've had Jared Goff go from the Rams to the Lions, Matthew Stafford from the Lions to the Rams in a swap, Carson Wentz going to the Indianapolis Colts, and many others that have been done. How you doing, Brandon? There's also been a TV deal going on that has been in the works. It was announced last night that CBS, NBC, Fox, and ESPN have been negotiating new contracts, and they will be all back for the foreseeable future in the NFL. As far as Amazon Prime goes, it is going to be the home of Thursday Night Football. No more NFL Network and CBS, Fox, NBC simulcast. Andy Dalton, yes, he is now with the Bears. I think he sent out a tweet last couple days that the reason why he was picked, or not picked, but sent over from the Cowboys to the Bears was because he was going to be the number one starting quarterback for the Bears. And I know they sent over Trubisky to, believe, I can't think of who he was with. Up. I know he was traded out of Chicago, and I can't remember. Hold on. Huh. Yeah, Mitchell Trubisky. I think he was an Eagle, but yeah, NFL free agency. Let's see. Oh, Buffalo. You went to Buffalo. That's interesting considering they have Josh Allen. Yeah, he went to Buffalo with the Bills. I'm surprised about that one because he you have Josh Allen already. And now you're picking up Trubisky as your backup, probably. Most likely. Yeah, he will be a good backup. Dalton's a good backup too. Um, I'm not sure about starter. And the interesting about that one is I think I heard Fitzpatrick and Trubisky pretty much had the same contract. It's just Fitzpatrick is better than Trubisky in that sense, or well, not Trubisky, Dalton. Dalton and Fitzpatrick had the same contract, but Fitzpatrick is better than Dalton as far as starting quarterback goes. That's it's going to be an interesting 2021 season. Um, as far as how people are going to view this season, CBS, Fox, NBC, and ESPN, along with ABC, will be televising games for at least 10, 12 years, I think it was, as they reached an agreement last night, um, to air the games. You also have Amazon Prime going to be the exclusive home for the Thursday night football packages. It used to be along with the NFL network and whatever network they put it on, NBC, Fox, CBS. I'm not sure about that, only because now it's something that you have to pay more. Yeah. Um, Thoughts on Seattle's shutting down the Bears with three first round picks and a third and a two starters for Wilson. It'd be a better option for Chicago to pick up Russell Wilson away from Seattle. I think after a while with any team or any player, you're you kind of get, I wouldn't say fed up, but you give so much to a team that after a while you kind of say, and he's won a Super Bowl. Maybe he wants to give another team a Super Bowl as well. Chicago could be that team. However, three first round picks and two starters. That's a hefty price. And you would probably the deal will probably most likely either a first round this year, 22 and 23. And the question is who would the other starters be? I mean, you could give up Robinson. That's one I would give up. I'm not sure about the other two. Yeah, rumor was Mac. That'd be Khalil Mack is he, he's a good player next to uh the Rams Aaron Donald. Those two are good good defensive players. I think that it was just going to be too much for either team. And I heard something about Pete Carroll he got rumored, or he got wind of it and decided to say, "No, I'm good. We're not going to get Wilson or give up Wilson. We're going to pass on him." I'm not sure. Bears have passed up so many quarterbacks in the draft and in free agency that it might be 2 or 3 years before they get back to the playoffs or Super Bowl. And speaking of Super Bowls, they made it, or not Super Bowls, but playoffs. They made a couple playoff games with Trubisky at quarterback. I just think he needs a better coach and maybe a better offense to to get motivated. He had Lovie Smith for a little bit, I believe it was, and he had a coach. Trying to think of the name, but he was in the CFL. He came over to Chicago, and he I think he was that was the coach that drafted him. He just hasn't worked out, and maybe a fresh start as a backup will be better. Josh Allen's a good quarterback, and he can win you some games, but I think uh, Allen is capable too. So it's just going to be interesting how um, this is all going to play out. But I'm surprised. Another free agent move that happened, I think it was today, that Juju Smith Schuster, he went to his social media page, I think it was Twitter, and said that you're not going to pull away from me, Pittsburgh. I'm staying right where I need to be, as he signed a 1-year deal worth, oh, I'm trying to look at the contract details. It was like 1 year, a couple million. I'm trying to find the deal, but let me see. I'm glad Pittsburgh is trying. They're trying to keep all the pieces together, and maybe Juju Smith Schuster didn't get a lot of catches last year, and maybe it was because half the time they ran the ball. Um, uh, I'm not sure what happened there with Juju. Let's see, because Juju Smith Schuster had other contracts negotiations with other teams, I believe. Alex Mack got a 3-year, $14 million, a little over $14 million contract. Um, that was signed today. Kyle Rudolph, who was with the Minnesota Vikings, got a 2-year, $12 million deal. Let's see. Raiders are just trading or getting rid of every player they can. I'm not sure why they are. But he signs a 2-year deal with the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders. So at least they're keeping one player, I guess. Let's see. Shaquille Griffin, who is with the Seattle Seahawks, is now with Urban Meyer and the Jacksonville Jaguars for a 3-year, $40 million contract. These are just some of the signings in the last, I don't know, 24 hours or so. Couple big names, but let's see what we can find with um, the Pittsburgh wide receiver. Because I don't think they had a lot of money to spend originally for players. I don't see him in the mix, but I thought he was a free agent. Um, so, oh, there he is. He did sign a contract, but um, it didn't show up on the list, but it was like a couple $1 million. to bring him back, and I'm glad they did. Also, I don't know if anybody's heard that, Deshaun Watson wants to be out of Houston, but now he is reportedly in some kind of legal trouble with a massage company or something. A lawyer came out and pretty much said, "We're going to sue you. We're trying to get you fired or something, or released, cut." He says he didn't do it. It's a bunch of legal mess. I'm not sure what happened there, but he's still trying to get a new contract with another team. He just wants to get out of Houston. I don't think it's going to happen. Watt's gone. Fuller was out of there. Um, he just wants out, and I think he should get out. But now a lot of teams are pulling, like what NBA players do. I want a new contract, otherwise I'm out of here. And it's a lot of the big name players, similar to what LeBron James does. Uh, Maybe Kobe Bryant at the time, but a lot of players are saying, "I want out. Give me or I'm out." Yeah, he's been frustrated with what's been going on in Houston, between not getting advice about coaching hires or having other players that he wants join the team. I understand that, but you need. I would have just left it alone, and see what happens this year. I wouldn't just let it be, you're in or you're out. Pay me or not. He's a good player, but I think he's another one that should just, he needs a new spot. What do you guys think? Should he go to another team, or should he just stay in Houston? Because right now Houston is a dumpster fire, if you want to call it a dumpster fire, because it really is. Also, I was thinking of doing a March Madness kind of thing, but using the Super Bowl teams. I'm just thinking of this up. Oh, here we go. Before that, Albert Breer from Sports Illustrated put up the junior junior Juju Smith Jr. or Juju contract, excuse me, uh, with Pittsburgh. It's a 1 year, $8 million deal. That is a lot of money. Uh, it's included with a $7 million. I was reading that. My computer messed up. It was a $7 million signing bonus. That was one of the incentives that is included in this contract. Where'd it go? That's a bad thing with Twitter. It you have it, and then it's gone. I guess that was a long time ago. It was a $7 million signing bonus. That's all I really know. It's way down there, I guess. But it's also an $8 million deal. I'm not sure if that was a smart move because his production has been down. How down? I'm not sure, but it's been way down, and I think Cleveland should keep Odell Beckham Jr. Even though he's been hurt a lot. He can come in with, every so often third down, second down, third down plays. He doesn't have to be there on every snap like he was when he first came into the league. A little older player. I think he can still get the job done with Cleveland. Do I want to face him every year? No. Not that the Cowboys do. But I remember when he was with the Giants, I never liked facing him. Never did. But he fits well in Cleveland. Back to my earlier story I was going to bring up was I was going to do a March Madness bracket with all of the Super Bowl not winning quarterbacks, winning teams. And I believe that's 52. Let me make sure I am at the right number of Super Bowls because I can't remember the way. 55. That's what it was. So there's 55 champions. So it's going to be like the 93 Cowboys versus another team. And I'm going to make a bracket, put it up on the pages, and we're going to go through it every week, kind of like March Madness basketball. We're going to see which team, Super Bowl team, is the best team ever. Because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be underdogs only because of the style of play that was going on back in the 70s through the 90s and even a little bit in the 2000s. So it's going to be a little fun, little experiment, a little fun game. See which Super Bowl team is the best of the best. The all-stars of Super Bowls. Anyway, thanks for watching today's episode of the Diehard Football Podcast. Make sure to tune in next week around 3 o'clock Central Time for another edition. I am Chris Mabry. Hope everyone has a great rest of the week, great week, and I will see you guys next time.